Hi everybody, I'm Joe Perone. Welcome to Ledger Live on Wednesday, February 18th. I have to tell you, February is not one of my favorite months because I just don't like the cold weather. And we're in for some wet conditions today with either rain or snow in the forecast. I don't like that either. I don't like driving in it. In times like these, I go back to warm weather stories and I think about my childhood, surf fishing at the shore or trout fishing in a lake. Now, ice fishing is something I would never do, but for some people, it's how they chill. Take a look.
It's 15 degrees on frozen Lake Apatcong with a 20-mile-per-hour wind. That makes the wind chill about -2 degrees. It seems like a very good day to stay inside, but not for the most seasoned ice fishermen.
It's never too cold for ice fishing. For fishing, it's just two different weather. Good weather and perfect weather. It's never bad weather for fishing.
Stanley has more than $2,000 invested in good equipment to help keep himself comfortable, safe, and increase the chance of catching fish. A tent to break the bone-chilling wind, high-tech clothes, a fish finder, dozens of lures and jigs, and of course, a power auger to make short work out of the 18-plus inches of ice. So what would possess a man to come out in these conditions? Well, for this angler, maybe it's the possibility of hooking a 50-plus inch muskie, though he thinks that would be more difficult than winning the lottery.
Because every week somebody win for pick 6. For muskie, maybe for 20 years some guy called muskie for 50 inches. So it's like, like lottery.
Stan spent hours on the lake today with only a small perch to show for it. But the lack of production doesn't bother him.
You find that fish, you catch some fish, you lost fish or whatever, but you got a good time. That's all. You have to go, you want to catch, you have to go. You stay home, you never catch fish. Simple.
Okay, now let's talk about a more violent sport. When I was young, heavyweight boxing was huge. Who could forget the thriller in Manila between Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali? It was one of the greatest fights of all time. In the 1970s, at that time, Michael Gaffney was Ali's personal photographer. Now he's selling some of his Ali photos to benefit a Morristown charity. Here he tells us what the people's champ was really like.
I am the greatest!
How do you say no to Muhammad Ali? Photographer Mike Gaffney faced that question in 1977.
He asked me if I would be his photographer, and I said, "Champ, I already have a job." And he said, "Well, I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse."
Gaffney spent a year with Ali, but he had to prove himself first.
He challenged me to run up his hill, and it darn near killed me.
On February 28th, Gaffney's pictures go on sale at the Morris Museum. Proceeds will benefit sports programs at Morristown's Neighborhood House, where Gaffney boxed as a boy.
It's a way to keep the kids off the street and keep them busy and do something exciting.
Ali was brash and cocky, but Gaffney saw another side. Away from the spotlight, the world's most famous man was shy, afraid to fly, and very generous.
I saw him give $100 bills out to beggars in Bogota, Colombia. And he said, "Mike, $100 to people who really need it down here is worth 10,000.
3 decades later, the Mendham photographer still gets choked up remembering Ali.
He was, by all means, the people's champion.
Here's Ali with the hook. 30 seconds left. And everybody in the area is on their feet.
Okay, you can find out more about that at www.neighborhoodhouse.com. And as always, you can send us your emails, your videos, and your suggestions to ledgerlive@starledger.com or at NJ.com. That's where we are. Until next time, that's a wrap on Ledger Live.